20 minutes, and maybe 30 if I can squeeze it in because I'm traveling today. And a lot to talk about. Yesterday was a really interesting trading day for sure. Probably one of the better trading days that I've seen in a while. So I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but market
My
opened higher, went lower. Trump tacoed again. Dude, I actually, somebody on Bloomberg sent me the chain of what went on yesterday with those comments about Powell, where the White House leaked that they were going to fire him, and then 2 hours later, he comes out and he's like, "We're not firing him," and he's an idiot. He literally called the guy an idiot. But it made for really good trading yesterday in
what
equity.
was weird about it while it was happening, I was thinking about what you were saying yesterday. I don't know if you remember, but you're like, it's going to take something like a bit of fake news to get the market down, just so they could buy it up again, and that's
Well,
exactly what happened.
I would say that this is really what I think and what I say about the market is the only way the market could rally is if you suck shorts in. So what happens is yesterday they come out with the news, which I don't know why it's such bad news. If he fires him, he's out anyway in 8 months. But anyway, the market perceived it as bad news. Um, and then they sucked massive shorts in off of what you would consider fake news. And then the market just swings and turns the other way and explodes up. So, um, that's what we saw yesterday. I did talk about that. I still say that. Like, market really can't go a lot higher today
You think
because
that news was leaked? You think that
no,
news was leaked on purpose by somebody? Because how could that news be so like wrong?
it's not wrong. This is what he does.
That second leg down in the market was the headline where he was actually drafting the letter to fire Powell as we speak, and then like 20.
I don't buy it. I think what he did was he goes running into a room or whatever, and he tells an aide, "Hey, put this out there. Let's see what the world thinks of this." And then all of a sudden, the market tanked, and I don't know why he cared. It's funny when he originally did the tariffs, he really, was. Not caring about the market and made comments such, hey, you have to take short-term pain for long-term gain. And then all of a sudden, Besant ran down the hall, got in a fight with Elon along the way, and then basically, begged the guy, to stop. And he stopped. But, really, yesterday was decent trading action. Again, can't really rally hard today until you get a short base in. And the short base won't come back today because when the market's down 20, 30, 40, nobody's going to sell it because they got burned yesterday. So, one of my things is a lot of times the market doesn't do the same thing twice. So, I'm going to give you one of your things. I'm thinking potentially inside day because
Iron Condor. That's
yeah,
right.
they're so low. I can't do it. I
It's
actually
not going to work like forever. Just the
I couldn't
market
even
has.
do a trade. Touchdown T, my crack analyst who's in Boca Raton, he he was quoting stuff down 20, $30, and they were like $1. And those things went in the money by like 20, 30 points. So there was actually good money to be made buying premium yesterday. So that could have that could have worked. And really, we had a short bond trade on that we've been sitting on. We did pretty well on it. We got out of it yesterday, although I think bond yields are still going to continue to go higher until they make some full assessment on Powell or he gets off this tariff train. But we took profits just because we didn't want to get caught giving up any profits. So we took the profit, and we're moving on to the next trade. Still in the
I'm
uh,
still in the
still
bond.
I still like that trade. Um, but it's weird. It's kind of slow moving, so it's difficult, you know, to stay in it. Today, we're finally up some decent money. We're looking for at least. I know you're, somehow you have a straggler position, even though you said you were out. But I'm all good with that. I know you're in it. It's
Which
trading at
which are we?
115.70. It's
Which
trading at
position?
115.72. I think it trades down to 115. I think you're going to get some acceleration here. Finally, for the first time in a while, the dollar's picking up some momentum and some strength.
Yeah.
You know, the yen, I think, maybe actually against the dollar, may be a long at the 150 area. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, and really, again, I think there's not a lot of movement in equities. I will tell you something interesting. Um, we've been focused a lot on this podcast on this DAX US trade. And now this DAX US trade, which we like to be long DAX and short US, is really starting to work again. So people are not buying US, they're buying Europe. I don't know why, but the DAX is up 86 basis points today. It was up a little bit yesterday. And if you look at look at some of these foreign bonds. I mean, it is pretty scary out there. I mean, the Bund is trading at 270. I mean, I know it doesn't mean a lot to a lot of people, but these are important levels. And, like the 10-year JGB is back testing like the 1.6, which isn't high yield, but all bonds around the world seem to be going lower in price and higher in yield. And I'm wondering, why that is. I don't see growth acceleration here, but I'm not really exactly sure what this is. Maybe they have to fund a lot of debt. Maybe this is tariff stuff. I'm not 100.
Maybe they're looking past these soft inflation prints and being like, that's actually in the rear view.
Maybe. I mean, you've been, calling for soft, much stronger inflation over the last few months. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I'm disagreeing with you in the fact that the government is not going to show this. I don't want to get into a whole thing about, conspiracy or, whatever, but, we know that something's weird when, like last year or the year before, jobless claims was the same exact number for like 17 straight weeks or something. It was crazy. So
I don't know if they're hiding it or whether it's like the nuance of the CPI report itself and the producer price index report. Like
yeah,
there's like if you look at durable goods, um, which will flow into like PPI demand, it won't flow into the headline number. Like that stuff has been spiking up. Like you see inflation happening in certain parts of those economic reports that doesn't actually flow into the headline number yet. So you're seeing that. So that with the durable goods orders on in the PPI yesterday.
yeah.
So
I mean, I think
I think
there's
it's more nuanced. I think it may be more nuanced than conspiracy.
Yeah, I listen. I think there's a lot of, listen, we're dog days of summer, right? We're middle of July, smack in the middle. We got an expiration, a true monthly expiration coming up tomorrow on uh, on July 18th. So we should see some more volume. Obviously we have zero DTEs, we got options expiring all over the place, but usually the third week options create a little bit more of a stir. So we want to keep our subscribers, focused on that expiration. Um, Again, we'll touch quickly on macro. You know, you're like an oil here. Oil was at 68. I didn't think it
Yeah.
was a trade till above 70. It actually ticked down into the low 65s, and now it's ticking up a little bit. But I think, got long it. So I'm just wondering what you're looking for, and what type of stop you would put in, and what what time frame and price action are you looking for in a trade like that?
I'm looking for a move back up to 70. Uh, I'm not sure when it's going to happen, but a move up to 70, I would probably risk something like 63 as a
Uh,
stop.
okay. I mean, 70 would be a massive trade, right? That would be what, uh,
Be a nice,
5%.
yeah.
That's a pretty big trade. Although these are commodities, so maybe it'll happen. I'm in a no trade land there, so you're going to ride this one alone. Hopefully, it works out for you. Um, I just don't. I don't see a big move coming. I do see currencies as the place that we may see a move here. We've been looking for it, looking for it. I've been literally sitting in this trade for a month and a half. I mean, I've been sitting in a lot of these trades. I haven't added to any of them. They haven't been great, but finally, the bond trade is working and the currency trade is working. That's good. Um, we've had about 5 or 6 losers around, which you know isn't, it's a lot. We don't want to have any, but we're not adding to any of those positions at this point in time. So but I want to kind of look at Nvidia. I mean, it just goes up every day. I mean, every single day, and everybody, everybody has literally upped their price target, no downside, and I think there could be some downside. I mean, I'm not saying like today, this minute, but there's a lot of assumptions out there in my mind about what they think with China and what China is going to do, and I don't think China is going to be so inviting to Nvidia if they can't do a trade deal. I mean, they're gonna put that. I just want to put this, and I want to bookmark this podcast because I want to put this out there that they may throw Nvidia into the mix of a trade deal, meaning like saying, hey, if you're going to tariff us at 35% or 55, because they already have 20, okay, we're not letting you sell one chip into our country. Okay. And I don't know why everybody's so gung-ho that this is, perfection here. So that's sort of what I think there. Tesla looks interesting also. I mean, it's been kind of, moving around. It got below 300. It's back to 320. It's been up and down, and Elon's been quiet. So as long as Elon is quiet, that stock could probably hold up. So, I don't know if you have any thoughts on that stock.
It's been news gets it down. It's been exactly like the market. You have some sort of political news regarding Elon Musk, stock tanks, right? Like the latest episode was him, wanting to launch the America Party, right? The third party, stock tanks. Market immediately buys that back. That gap down was your low of this move. Before that, it was the same thing. Musk leaves the White House. Him and Trump go at it on social media. Stock tanks. That was the low of that move. So the market is the same. You have the algo drive the market down for like 30 minutes on some BS headline, and and that's it. It causes like a little negative gamma for like 30 minutes, and then the market just recalibrates pretty quick. So same mo Tesla with what we're seeing in the market. Buy bad news.
Yeah, it's we should just name it, like, I know they say the taco trade, but we got to come up with a name for this other than taco, because taco is old, and it's out there and it's
You
every.
were so happy when that term was created
Oh
because
my God, it is the greatest because it's the most true thing. The guy is so chicken of everything. He's so big talking, and like look back. We attacked Iran. We bombed their nuclear facilities, supposedly blew them out of the water, which isn't what actually happened. They're probably building nukes again. And what happened with that? It's just over. That's it. We don't want to like overthrow the regime. We don't want to do anything. We're all good. I mean, it's just weird. He ran and he basically said, when I'm going to end the Ukraine war in one day. Okay, he can't even, Putin, we won't even talk to the guy. I mean, I don't know. It's just I just think he's a lot of air. And I think crypto is running crazy, and especially these altcoins and whatever, because they believe Trump is in it, and they're going to let it be the Wild West. He's going to make billions, you know, and then when the new president comes in, they'll probably put law and order back into this stuff. Which, listen, I don't understand how there can be. I mean, this is going to be, we only have about 8-10 minutes. This is going to be a conversation for a whole podcast. But you've still yet, in our existence of our friendship, explained to me the true use of Bitcoin. And now there's 8,000 more Bitcoins or altcoins that have been created, stable coins, this coin, that coin. I mean, there's 50 times more coins than there are banks. So, I don't know how it's all going to survive. And it's a story for another day. But I mean, I
By the way,
just don't.
Bitcoin kind of on the ropes today with all the altcoins really jumping today. So that's an interesting little divergence there today.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. What is going to happen there, but we'll get more into that, next week. This is our last podcast of the week. Tomorrow is my AMA, Ask Me Anything. So you can write into feedback at the opportunistictrader.com if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer and spend time going over some education and information for people out there, as well as we are now live on YouTube with Trading with Larry, which is kind of exciting. So hopefully everyone watching is getting to watch us live, so you can get set up for the trading day. We try to come on 8:30. Sometimes we go 45, 50 minutes, and sometimes we'll go 30, but we want to get everybody ready for the trading day ahead, give our thoughts and insights into what's going on out there in the world. And I think between all of the information that I get off all the trading desks that I deal with, with my trading, I speak to the top firms on Wall Street. So I'm getting very cued in to what I consider, I don't like to use the word inside information. It's not obviously illegal, but we're seeing all the big trades that are going up during the trading day. We're getting to see market on close imbalances, also, you know, significant trades that are in the marketplace, which we share with everybody, every day. But really just recapping quickly on today. I still think inside day. Do you have the straddle priced?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. Gonna price it out. Let's see. Okay, what do you think it is? Let's play a game.
I think that it's 26 and a half.
Way off.
Where is it?
It is at 22.
Okay. So I thought it might be high just because it looks like the market's ticking higher. Um, I don't know. I don't love it. I haven't made a trade for our spread trading product, LSP, in the last 2 days, just, because I tried it and it probably would have worked. But yesterday would have been just, I mean, we would have ended up okay, but there would have been a lot of hell to pay when we would have went to
Right.
max low.
Yeah, you know what I think? When you're talking like tomorrow's Q&A that you're gonna do, I think a lot of people that follow trading alert services like yours, and especially with SPX, there are times where that trade could get dicey, and I think a lot of people don't know what to do when they're in the red on a trade. Most of the time, these things obviously will go out worthless, but like you said, that pain, a lot of people like don't. It's easy when the trade goes smooth as soon as you enter the trade, but especially with these credit spreads, when people see uh, the position kind of in the red temporarily, I think they start stopping out. They don't understand how to hedge, and I think that would be very useful for them.
Well, it's very difficult with these spreads to get out when it's moving, but what you kind of have to do, and yesterday would have been a really tough day for us probably because as the market was moving down, we would have to sell call spreads, and those call spreads went in the money, and you would have suffered probably, if we were at full speed, aggressive mode, we would have probably suffered a max loss yesterday. But we didn't trade, so I'm happy about that, and we'll be at it this morning, looking for opportunities. I think I may want to test the upside a little bit, maybe sell a call spread, away from the market. But S&P is just grinding higher, and it's mostly Nvidia. And we should look this up, but Nvidia is probably 9% of the S&P, which is just an astronomical number. And I think it's priced for full perfection here. I think, they think nothing can go wrong in China. I don't know how they think that. I mean, we're what, a week and a half away from the much higher tariffs, and you haven't heard boo from anybody. And the market is so complacent. You don't think the market is so complacent here? Like, what if he goes max tariffs on everybody? That's fine. You think that that's fine? That's not going to do anything to a
Well, he's not going to
relations.
go max, Tara. I think the market is pretty much.
What do you mean? He is going max. He's going 30%.
How's
That's
that
as
max?
max as you can. Eric, listen, we've been mellow this whole podcast. I got a couple of minutes left till I got to get out of here. I'm going to stay calm. Okay. You don't think 30% tariffs are a max tariff? I mean,
No.
you think the market can survive when your car goes, oh, I know, you're going to buy a car, you're going to buy a BMW, and the price goes up 30%. That's not big to you. That is massive. People freak out on a
Yeah,
2%
okay,
price
it's
increase.
massive, but it's not max. It's not max. He could go
It
higher.
is max. It is beyond max to sell
Right.
products. Beyond max. I know. Go 100%. So now your $150,000 car is 300,000. Come on, it sounds absurd. Okay, if it goes up 5%, that's a massive tax on the American public. I mean, I think the market is so complacent. I think they think he's tacoing again. You even said it yesterday when we spoke. You go, oh, when it gets to August 1st, he'll make it September 1st. I mean, no one believes it's going to happen. Okay. And I think the market is
I don't
very
really remember
complacent.
saying that. I think August 1st. He's. I think he explicitly said no more. No more kicking the can down the road.
Oh,
So
okay. That
he
guy's
made it sound
saying
like
that.
August
That
1st
guy's
is
been
the.
doing that for 3 months. Okay. So I don't think, listen, you can say that and he can say that, but the market is trading like they don't believe it. Okay. So I would just say this, and I want to wrap here. I would say the market is extremely complacent. This could be an August to remember. I like shorting Nvidia at higher levels. I would do it through call options on the upside. I also am short Bitcoin stocks above the market. Like Coinbase had a $9 billion valuation. 9 billion a year and a half ago. It's 105 billion. It's gone up 100 billion in market cap in a year and a half. So these stocks are a little stretched.
You think
Again,
it's not? You think it should have gone up more? I don't
no, I
understand.
think it's an
Wow.
insane valuation. From 9 billion to 100 billion, you made 10x your money in a year and a half. I mean, Bitcoin didn't go up 10x. Bitcoin just doubled. These stocks are up 10x. MSTR up more than that. Way more. So I think these stocks are a little overdone. I'm shorting some upside calls, but through spreads, never naked. And I want to wrap here. Again, Straddle's 22. I like selling the upside a little bit on the opening, and dollar, look for a little bit more dollar strength. You like oil. We haven't talked about gold, which I'm kind of happy about today, down a little, still inside the range. But I wish everybody a good trading day, a nice weekend, and we'll be back to you guys 8:30 Monday morning with Trading with Larry and Eric. Have a good weekend, everyone. Peace.